Hey y'all. All right. This is episode 5 of What They Don't Teach You in Hair School. Thank you. I'm up to, for this episode, I think over 323 views. And let's get straight to the point. We left off last time with customer service. What they don't teach you in hair school. Hair school literally is a school where you're taught how to pass the board, and with your friends, the people next to your teacher, you learn different forms of styling. But the real learning, the real experience comes once you get those. For here, it's 1,500 hours, and you're outside. When you get out that classroom and into the salon, that's where you're going to learn. You're going to learn from your people, the people that you service. But what they don't teach you in hair school is good customer service. And good customer service, this is part 2. If you want to see the rest, go to part 1, which is last week's episode. And I had said that I'm going to do 6 weeks straight, once a week, on this topic, not just customer service, but what they don't teach you in hair school. And this is just to benefit those who are have been in the industry for a minute. Sometimes we got to be reminded, because life happens and we get into all different types of things, and we lose good customer service skills. And these are for the people also who are coming out of the hair schools, and all they're taught is how to style hair and what you need to do to pass the board. But if you want to make a big imprint on what's going on out here, if you want to stamp your name, if you want to be known, if you want good success, because you can have success and it not be good, you know what I mean? So one of the number one keys is good customer service. And I'm going to use I wrote some notes down because I want to touch on a few things, but I want to make sure I mention it and not forget. But one thing I thought of is good customer service is you. It starts with who you are as a person. And what I'll do is I'll just use me as an example. I remember when I've been doing hair since I was a teenager. But there was a year, and a lot of people don't know this, that I went away to a Bible training school. And it was me and my daughter. We packed up and we left. And the only skill I have, and that's what I'm telling you, those who are in the beauty industry, if you're looking for a career, cosmetology is so broad. But no matter where you go, what you do, if life happens and you don't know what to do, if you have a cosmetology license, you will always have a job. You can always create income. But I remember, before I went away, I just remember as a young girl being not treated the best when I would go to like different hair salons. And I never understood, but I can tell you some of the reasons. And some of them were, maybe they looked at me a certain way. I remember this, like, you know how you can go into a salon, everybody's talking, and then once you come in, it's like, or, it's just a bunch of just ratchetness. Yeah. I grew up just in certain situations, not all. You walk in and no one even acknowledges you're there. You have to just stand there for a while until someone just acknowledges that you're there for a service. That's crazy. That's not good customer service. You know what I mean? And I touch on this point because it's bad. I don't know where y'all are from, but in the DMV, it's not always the best. I mean, even I went to a recent restaurant, a brand new restaurant, and the guy was just like this. How can I help you? How can I whatever? Is there anything? I was like, okay. But I kept going, right? So let me tell you, so what I'm saying is customer service is very important. It pretty much, who you are as a person and how you portray yourself to the public is pretty much the foundation of how the rest of that service is going to go. So if you come in and you just like, you don't even smile, you don't say hello, you on the phone, you whatever, you're not paying the client no mind, that's not good customer service. And that can just trigger things in the customer, whereas your experience will not be the best. It's very possible. So I just remember not being treated the best. So when I did become a cosmetologist, I wanted to make sure, this is just for me. And again, good customer service starts with you, who you are as a person and how you see yourself and how you want to see others see you and feel better about themselves. That's what customer service is all about. If you're not a positive person, if everything you think, see, and say is negative and nothing great is going on, you're never satisfied, that's going to lay the foundation of how you treat your clients. So I remember when I moved to Oklahoma and I started, I was looking for a job, because again, I'm at a new place and I have to work. I didn't know anybody, not one person. I didn't know no one. So I took a job at McDonald's. And what I loved about that experience was McDonald's has systems. And back then, customer service was important. And how you treat your clients. And then I just learned I learned several skills in McDonald's, 2 of them being good customer service and systems. Having things in place so that your operation, which is your salon or whatever you do in the beauty industry, goes smoothly. You have to have systems in place, how you do things. So as I began to go, as I began to live it was in Oklahoma. Let's just say one day, and back then I could do my own hair, and I still can. I can still cut my own hair, color, all that. And I'm walking around short and sassy, you know what I mean? And then as people started to come to school, because school had not started, I had got there like maybe a month before everyone started to come in. And as people started to come in, and back then it wasn't a lot of blacks. And I didn't see a lot of blacks where I was at first. Then all of a sudden, people just started little by little coming in. And then people are asking about my hair and who did my hair and blah, blah, blah. And again, so that's how I built my clientele in Oklahoma. Now let's go into customer service and systems. Mind you, I still have this reminder of how I was treated when I was younger, or just even younger, older. And that's why I always stuck to doing my own hair and figured out how to create these styles using my own hands and my mind, right? And I remember thinking, or also coming from a background of people weren't just nice. Also coming back from a mother who was a single mom who had 3 girls and a son. I come from a background where you got a lot of hard-working women, and most women were alone. They did not have the support of a significant other, XYZ. So I come from a background where women just did a lot and had a lot of responsibilities on themselves, and I saw a lot. I come from seeing women treated not the best. I've even have seen women who had to rely on doing certain things in order to gain income, because guess what? That was the easiest to them. That was what they knew. But I say all that to say is, you never know what a woman is coming in from, or where a woman is coming from into your establishment. So I always had that in the back of my mind. I mean, till this day, when I was young until this day. So my system was, when you come to my establishment, I want you to feel like you're at home. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to feel like you can put up your feet and you can literally breathe and relax. Just for a moment, because you're going to have your client just for a moment in time. It's 24 hours in a day. People have been on this earth for years. So you have this person just for a moment. And with that moment, you want to make their life, for that moment, one of the best experience they can have as an individual. Because again, you don't know what they're coming in from. You don't know what they've been throughout the day. You don't know if someone constantly calls them ugly, their significant other don't appreciate them. They could be coming in from kids who have literally like broke them down mentally, where all they have, or they have just enough to spend on themselves. And guess where they use it at? On you. And they're trusting you, and they're coming to you to give them this relief, to make them feel pretty again, make them feel attractive again, make them feel sensual again, make them feel just, and it's not even just for others, but just make them feel better. You all know this. If I take these eyelashes off, if I take this color off my eyebrows, if I take this stuff off my lips, and my hair wasn't a mess, you can't tell me there's a difference in my attitude when I look one way and when I look this way. When I'm a hot mess or my whatever, now sometimes, like when we just want to let loose, but we know we're going to get our hair done. So it's like we just having that, that day, like we can just let loose, but we know that we have our stylist that we can go to, and she going to do what she got to do. And she going to do it right. So you can't tell me the two attitudes. You see what I'm saying? So good customer service starts with you. And then it has to be something about you that you constantly get all the references. The majority of I will tell you, all of my clientele was reference. And the reference wasn't just because I did a great job. But a lot of people can say, she was nice. She smiled. She called me by my name. She asked, would I like something to drink? Do you need this? How do you like this? Is there something else you want to do? Is there something that, you want to change? Blah, blah, blah. It all starts with you. So, systems in place. This is what I did. And this is in Oklahoma. I remember I'm in a new apartment. Did not have a lot, but I thank God for the roof over my head and able to do what I need to do for me and my daughter. So what I would do is, when they came in, I didn't have a lot. I used my ironing board, and what I would do is I would place like snacks on the ironing board. I would use little bowls, and I'll have like a chip bowl. I think I've even made sandwiches, juices, water, whatever. And then again, I wasn't at a salon. I was just trying to make income. And I'm new to this area, working at McDonald's. I didn't give up that job immediately because again, McDonald's was paying the bills, right? So until I could, I make enough doing hair, you got to make sure that you can cover your bills, so you have a roof over your head. You don't have no bad credit with the apartment buildings, so you can move about. Because again, if you all know, you got to make sure you're good with your house income, your house rent, your house responsibilities. Because if you decide to move somewhere else, what's going to happen? They're going to look at that. So I've always had that in my mind. I've always been like that, right? So I would make it so when she came in, I had pillows, I bought these 2 dryers. Again, I didn't have much, so I would use the table. I would use different things to mount even in the counter. I would use my regular dining room chair for them to sit on, and they sit under remember the hooded dryers that you would just open up? You could sit on the counter and the client sit under. But it wasn't much, but the whole idea was, when I went into this, when I said I'm going to do this, I wanted my clients, these women, because again, I don't know where they're coming from, but I know what it's like to be a Black woman, and I know what it's like to be a Black woman on your own. A lot of these women, again, are doing everything themselves. A lot of them. That's the majority. Look around. Ask yourself. Look at the people around you. Look at the women around you. How many of you all can say the majority of women that you know have a significant other? And then have a significant other where they are a partnerships. They're together, they're happy, and they're doing the daggone thing. How many women, how many can say is that's how it is? That is not the majority. So good customer service is thinking about what is going on in your area. That will help you as someone of service. So when your clients come in, you can't just be thinking of yourself. If you want that income, you want repeat clients, you want people to refer, you have to be you, but at the same time, you want to consider the other person. So when I say I did one, this is a true story. I don't even remember how we met. I met one person who saw my hair. And when I did her hair, when I say I blew up in less than like 2 weeks, in a month, I could quit McDonald's. In Oklahoma, you did one person, they was going to bring 3 to 5 people, and because you're good. And it wasn't just because I was good, it's how I treated them. That I was known as that girl who did short hair, who did hair. Because I didn't just do short hair. I did like roller sets and all that stuff. I did press and curls. I did everything, right? But I became known because I was good to them. I gave them great service, and I did a good job at their hair. Let's push it forward. Here, 2023. I'm still that person to this day. And I'm not going to say I've always been perfect, because I had to learn throughout the years. Because there will be days that you will be tested. There will be days when a client can come in a certain way and it could throw you off. But let me say this, it can throw you off. You have to choose whether you're going to let that be or not. It's your choice. And sometimes good customer service is not holding that stuff in. If a client is doing something that is not right and can throw off the whole atmosphere, good customer service is not let that person keep doing it, but open your mouth and communicate that in a professional way to that client. And my clients know I can be professional, but at the same time, I'm me. They kind of know me. Like I'm just me, right? So you want to consider things, but you don't want to let people just do whatever they want to do, because you're going to get that. But you got to remember who you are, what you stand for, how you like to be treated, and you have to let them know that. And again, you don't know where people are coming from. You are in the service industry. If you don't want to service people, get out of the hair industry, because you're going to meet all types of people from all walks of life. And it takes that person to be able to give good customer service. So again, good customer service is if you have those clients that can kind of throw things off, take some time, whether you let them get through their whole service, or sometimes you have to stop people at the door. Like, not today. Or you can give them a phone call or whatever, and just communicate it to you. Communicate it to them. And They either going to understand and do so, or they're not. And guess what? I'll never forget this line, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard it, but I had never heard it before until, or heard it the way that my previous the building that I used to rent from said. He said, all money isn't good money. So it's okay. Don't be afraid to let people go, because all money ain't good money. And if remember, good customer service starts with you. If you are a person of peace, you like good energy, you like just for people, you want people to come in and relax, and you got this one person that can just turn all that around, first communicate. You want to just talk to, because sometimes they're in such that type of environment that they don't even see that that's disturbing. So you want to always first communicate, and then if they don't, whatever, then you, based on you, take it from there and go from there. So my place, again, let's just fast forward. COVID is 2023 now. It changed a lot of how I do business, how I see myself. Again, you evolve, you change. And I think I kind of skipped over the part about there will be times where you're not in a good place and you don't even want to do hair that day, or you want to quit. Don't let that deter you from having good customer service, because some of us in the service industry, and we've all been there, I have been guilty of this, but I always catch myself because I don't like it. There are times that I have not been in a good place. There are times when I have not smiled. There are times when I go completely silent. There's been times, right? And even now, but it's a way you can do things so that your clients still can come in there and relax, chill, and get rest. A lot of clients don't even, you don't know where they come from. They come in, as long as you create a nice environment. It's like a hiding place. The salon is like that hiding place where they can just woosah for a minute and get their thoughts together. I have clients who come in and they just say what they want, and I can read them. I can see, I can sense. I do what they say. I don't ask a bunch of questions. I don't be sitting there talking around the house with them. They just want quiet. And you as a stylist, sometimes you're going to just quiet. And all you got to do is do things, whatever, do things a certain way, but don't lose your good customer service skills or the way you communicate. Okay? So my place now, after COVID, it made me just realize a lot of things. And I went from a suite, 3 suites to literally 1 suite. After COVID, you thinking you're gonna, well, actually, when I came back, at one point I was like, I don't even know if I want to go back in that industry, right? But I did. I went through a lot of emotions after COVID when we had to come back. But I scaled down, and I really wanted to center in on me as a person, because I started to lose myself. And I realized a lot about myself, and I wanted to be better mentally and physically. And at the time I wasn't. So I had to watch myself and watch my behavior. So my shop has always been a good, calm, kind of place, right? But it went from extreme, like I began to, good customer service is creating, again, a nice, safe, comforting, peaceful, restful place. And I went extreme to the point where I have 1 suite. I have beautiful big windows. I have a a tank that like a waterfall. I have greenery. I have plants all around. I have something that when the client walks in the door, it says, "Hey, gorgeous." I have a clean space. I have a diffuser that gives off eucalyptus and peppermint. If you ever want a good scent, mix peppermint and eucalyptus oil in your diffuser. I have candles going. So I have, notice I have pillows and throws everywhere. And so when they come in and I'm playing soft jazz music, sometimes we doing other stuff, but it literally is a safe, comforting, relaxing space. The majority of the people that come through my doors have a good nap. I think everybody has fell asleep in my suite. And that's a good thing because it says I can relax. Again, you don't know where people are coming from. You don't know what they're about to go back to. But if you can offer a service, a good environment, good customer service is paying attention to the environment that you're around. And in the DMV, it is a lot going on. In the DMV, a lot of people don't smile. In the DMV, we have our different areas of peaceful, but a lot of people are not at peace. The great thing is we know how we want to. Some people don't know how, but there's a good chunk of people that know what peace is, that know what's to live kind of in a restful environment, but that have the skills to introduce these environments for people who may not experience this on a daily basis. And as someone in the service industry, I see it as a responsibility and something that I want to offer. And that is good customer service. I hope this video helped. This is episode 5 of What They Don't Teach You in Hair School. It's something I want to ask you all, and you leave a comment, say, yes, do that. Okay, that's the signal. Yes, do that. I want to introduce something I want to do weekly also to the channel is for hairstylists or people in the beauty industry. It's all in money, like how to save and how to pretty much I think it's going to be called Mind the Business That Pays You. I got that from Sierra from Love and Hip Hop. I think that's kind of what she said, but hers was some other stuff. Hers is some drama dealing with some people, but I'll never forget that. But the line is mind the business that pays you. And a lot of us in the beauty industry, you know, we know how to make money, but to keep it and to make sure also that we doing this and paying and making sure we know where our money is and what we're doing with it and save. That wasn't always me, even up until this point. I've always wanted to master it, but because of all that's going on and around me and the way I think, I've not been the best at it. So I've been doing these things as I'm growing, as I'm paying attention, as I thank God for YouTube and people who share things that I'm not good at and I want to be good at. And you guys, someone I literally can tap something, YouTube, or tap something in, and it's someone sharing their experience, and that's how I'm learning. And I just want to do this episode where we learn how to track our money. So, because when you learn how to track your money and you know what your expenses are and you know what you need to do with this and that, I know we'll be better at having more money in our pockets, being able to do what we want to do when we want to do it in a good way, where you're not poor the next week. But I think I'm going to call the episode Mind the Business That Pays You. And I'm going to show you a way. And my goal is to create this like a binder or this book where we can track everything. And I've been testing it out. And for the first month, I was like, wow, I'm onto something. Now, some of this I've done, but I'm learning some other new things, so I want to combine it together. But this is specifically for people who literally deal with money in and out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we get paid every day. We get paid every day. Someone's putting money in our hands. Every day that we work, someone's putting money in our hands. So that's what it's all about. And sometimes being paid like that, you can lose sight of things. You can overspend. You can be wondering like, why I don't have nothing? So tell me if that's what y'all want to do. If you do, comment, leave a comment and say, yes, do that. And I'll do it. But anyway, I'm going to do it anyway. But I just wanted to share that to you. So that's enough. It's been 30 minutes and now 49 seconds and counting. You all have a wonderful rest of the evening. I appreciate you all. Y'all go see the video. But thank you for all my subscribers. Like, what? I'm excited. I'm just excited. I just say I appreciate you all.